Welcome to the Madison Motor Podcast Special Edition Series where I preview and predict every team's Major League Baseball season. Down to 10 left, and this is the 21st of 30, and this is the Philadelphia Phillies, who have big expectations this year after making the World Series 2 seasons ago. And the LCS last year. So we'll do the top 30 prospects, and then we'll do superlatives, the team's ceiling and floor, best futures, and a bold prediction at the end of the show. All right, so the top prospects, top 30 list. All right, so the Phillies' top prospect is Andrew Painter, righty, starting here in AA, ETA 2025. Number 2 is McGable. He's another righty. He's supposed to be up this year. We'll start in AAA. And he is, by the way, Painter 27 on MLB.com. McGable is 49. 3 on the Phillies list is Aiden Miller. He's a left infielder. ETA 2027. Will start in A-ball and is 61 on the MLB.com's top 100. Their fourth-ranked prospect is Justin Crawford. He's an outfielder. 2026 is his ETA, and he is 77 on MLB.com, and will start the year in advanced day. So they have 4 in the top 100. Not bad. 5, Starlin Caba, shortstop, ETA 2027. 6, Orion Kirkering, righty, 2024. 7, Devin Saltabin, middle infield, 2027. 8, Brian Rincon, shortstop, 2026. 9, Eduardo Tate, catcher, 2028. 10, Gabriel Rincons Jr., outfield, 2025. 11, Griff McGarry, righty, 2024. 12, William Bergola, middle infield, 2026. 13, Carlos De La Cruz, outfield, first base, 2024. 14, Wen Hu Pan, righty, 2026. 15, Alex McFarland, righty, 2026. 16, Christian McGowan, righty, 2025. 17, Amarion Boyd, outfield, 2026. 18, TJ Walton, outfield, 2027. 19, Simone Muzziotti, outfield, 2024. 20, Raylan Heredia, outfield, 2027. 21, Caleb Ricketts, catcher, 2025. 22, Kedon Hediger, catcher, 2027. 23, Hendry Mendez, outfield, 2025. 24, Samuel Altgary, lefty, 2026. 25, Alexis De La Cruz, righty, 2028. 26, Robert Moore, middle infield, 2025. 27, Jalvin Arias, outfield, 2029. 28, Ethan Wilson, outfield, 2024. 29, George Klassen, righty, 2026. And 30, Mikal Puaka Grego, second base, third base, 2027. All right, so best rookie on the Phils. This is a little bit of a difficult one because they have a lot of depth, so who knows? But I mean, the rotation's an injury away from McGable, so let's go with McGable. Maybe he'll be in the bullpen to start his career. Who knows? When we've seen guys start in the bullpen and end up in the rotation, we saw that with we're going to see that with Garrett Crochet with the White Sox this year. Most improved player on the Phillies. I am going to go... I know he played well last year, but I think he could be even better this year. And I am going to go with Bryson Stott. It was either him or Alec Bohm, but I went with Bryson Stott. I think that he can improve in all the areas, and he had an OPS plus of over 100 last year, but I think he could be better than that. Most disappointing player on the Phillies. I like a lot of guys on this team, so it's hard to pick someone to be disappointing. But because of how he finished last year, and he finished the year well and ended up with some MVP votes as well. I'm going to say Nick Castellanos. But that was a hard call for most disappointing. Make or break player on the Phillies. I'm going to say Brandon Marsh. I think he needs to do more than what he produced. And obviously needs to play in more games, too. I mean, he could be a part of a trade that I proposed on a different podcast. So I'm going to say Brandon Marsh. Bounce back player. So I thought about a couple people for this, and this pitcher, low-key, had a bad year last year by his standards, but he's way better than what he showed last year, and that's Aaron Nola. He's going to be awesome. He's way better than a 4.46 ERA. He'll finish with an ERA under 3.5 for sure if he's healthy, but by his standards, Aaron Nola will have a bounce-back season. Ewing theory. So no one left on the Phillies, right? So they don't have any candidates. I mean, last year, or over the last year and a half, the Ewing theory was Joe Girardi, and then Rob Thompson comes in and they're a contender. So that was the obvious one. So there's really no Ewing theory. I mean, last year was Rhys Hoskins after he got injured. But the year before it was Joe Girardi. So there's really no Ewing theory, although Hoskins would have counted had he played last year. All right, team ceiling. I think they can win the division if things broke right. If everybody stayed healthy and the Braves fell apart and they had some injuries and such. And Harper's awesome. Trey's awesome. Nick's awesome. Kyle has a close to the year he had last year, maybe with a little bit of a higher batting average. Nola bounces back. Wheeler's good. So there's a recipe for the Phillies to win that division. I mean, it's not likely, but that's their ceiling. Their floor is third place. I mean, there's a world where either the Mets or the Marlins finish ahead of them if things broke right. More so the Marlins than the Mets, because I think the Marlins are a little better than giving credit for. People are too down on the Marlins because Alcantara got hurt. They're making Alcantara out to be like Aaron Rodgers getting hurt on the Jets. They're making the Marlins out to be a one-team player, like he's a quarterback. He's not a freaking quarterback. He's actually, granted, he's an ace pitcher, but he's not like Aaron Judge. He's not Mike Trout when Trout was, not that the Angels were any good with Trout, but I mean, there's a couple. I mean, Judge Yankees is a good one. Yeah, like Alcantara's not a freaking quarterback or a position player, for crying out loud. But I mean, maybe if those young pitchers on the Marlins surprise and then Phillies have some injuries and such to the pitchers and Castellanos and Harper. I mean, maybe there's a world they finish in third and the Marlins finish in second, or they finish a close second behind the Mets somehow. I mean, I think their floor is third place, but it's very, very slim chance. All right, some futures for the Fighting Phils. World Series, they are 15-1. Okay, that's reasonable. So they're probably plus 750 to win the NL. No, they're 8-1. The NLCS, they are plus 360. To win the NL East, they are plus 280. The win total is probably in the 90s. Maybe high 80s. 89.5. That makes sense. What is their 90-plus wins odds? Plus money? Minus 106. How about to win 100 games if things broke right? Plus 520. Best record, 20-1. Playoffs, DS is a minus probably like absurd 500. No, minus 225. The no is plus 172. Well, the Phillies know is more valuable than the Yankees know. Who would have thought that? The 1 seed in the National League is 12-1. That's absurd. All right, league leaders. Bryce Harper home runs. Schwarber's 9-1. Where's my boy Bryce Harper at? 60-1. Holy crap. Seeing if there's any other Phils in here on this list for a home run lead. Surprised Castellanos isn't in here. But Bryce is in here, of course, at an absurd number. How about Wheeler or Nola strikeouts? Nola 32-1, Wheeler 35-1. There's some good Phillies ones. What Bryce Harper RBIs? 20-1. What Schwarber RBIs? 100-1. Castellanos is 120. Trey Turner's 120. And I don't see any other Philadelphia Phillies player in RBIs. How about hits? Trey Turner 18-1. Bryce is 31-1. Castellanos is 150. Stott's 200. There's a couple interesting ones for Philly there. And their closer. It's not Kimbrel anymore. Who is it? I forget who their closer is. Philadelphia. Alvarado. Where's he at? 30-1 for saves. So my favorite Philadelphia Phillies future is Harper home runs. No doubt about it. I absolutely love it. 60-1. Are you kidding me? In that ballpark? Come on. Mets pitching's worse. Marlins don't have Alcantara. Nats stink. You know he's going to bomb up homers in Nationals Park. He knows that park better than anybody. So, Bryce at 60-1 is a really good number. And then I don't think we even did awards. So he's 12-1. Trey's 22. Schwarber's 120. Castellanos is 150. Yeah, we didn't do awards. Bryce Stott's 200. NL Cy Young, Wheeler's 9. Nola's 20. Where's Ranger Suarez? 130-1, which is absurd. They don't have any standout rookies. I mean, maybe if that pitcher got called up and is awesome. Orion Kirkering is 100-1 from the Phils. So that's kind of interesting. I can't believe I forgot to do the big awards. And then National League Manager of the Year, Rob Thompson's 8-1. I really don't think they have a comeback. Oh, Trey Turner's 32-1 for a comeback, but I don't think he'll win that. And then Alvarado is 11-1 for reliever of the year. So I can't believe I skipped the awards. That's my apologies. But Bryce at 60-1 for home runs is my favorite Phillies future. All right, bold prediction for the Philadelphia Phillies. I made the big Mike Trout prediction in the Angels podcast. So my bold prediction for the Phils. I'm going to say that Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, and Ranger Suarez will all have ERAs under 3.4. I love this top three, and especially the top two. And I'm a bigger Aaron Nola fan than most. But I think that the top three in the rotations ERAs will be under 3.4. So that's my bold prediction for the Phils. All right, so that's it for the Phils. Next up is the Pittsburgh Pirates, which is going to be a shorter show.